Action.
All right. Hey, all you not normals, we got a good episode today. We got Walker and we got a couple topics to follow up from previous episodes. So, hey, we had talked about, not using the muscle and taking the path of more resistance versus less resistance, and what that does. Normal path is a path of least resistance, but you get the worst results. Obviously, you're not taking that path. Still guns. Yeah, your fitness is coming along pretty nicely right now, isn't it?
Yeah, I was feeling pretty good about it yesterday.
What is happening lately? Just controlling the intake and hitting the gym?
Yeah, the diet's pretty dialed. I hit 200 grams of protein just about every day. And, I don't eat desserts or anything.
Yeah.
Pretty dialed in.
What are your workouts looking like?
I pretty much do arms on Monday, and then arms on Tuesday, and then arms on Wednesday, and then I repeat it.
Okay. We're going for upper body.
That's a joke, but also it's not a lie. Like, I do chest and triceps, and then I do back and biceps, and then I do shoulders. So I'm hitting part of my arm every day.
That's cool. Yeah. I know squats have been some of your best lifts. Are you not doing any of those right now?
No, I've had some knee pain.
Yeah. So
and I started doing some squats and I was feeling good, and then one day it was really bad. It was hard to walk for 2 weeks. So since then I haven't done any. But
okay. Rest in that part of the body.
We may get back to it.
Hey, you're gonna get some serious gains in the biceps and shoulders, so it's gonna be worth it. All right, well, talking about that, we had talked about what is the rate of atrophy of an unused muscle. We decided to look that up because, I want to know.
Yeah.
So here we go. We looked it up real quick. So the rate of muscle atrophy from disuse, 10 to 42 days, is approximately 0.5 to 0.6 of the total mass per day. Obviously, it's not the same on every human and every age group, but I think it shows a couple things. One, the body's quite efficient. If you're not using it, it's not going to keep that muscle around and just consume energy to feed that muscle all the time. So it's going to optimize for what your body needs, more muscle or more bone mass or more fat in different times of stages of life. What is your?
It seems like that seems low. I feel like it's faster than that.
What are you measuring? Just kind of strength or size?
Just kind of my general feel for how fast things shrink when I'm in a deficit. Oh, I guess maybe that's not in the consideration here.
Just disuse.
Yeah, okay, that's different. When I'm in a deficit, it shrinks so fast.
A caloric deficit or protein deficit?
Yeah.
What do you feel like the rate is? I know you can't put a number on it precisely, but
certain things shrink different rates. I noticed my chest and my forearms are the fastest.
Yeah.
But it feels like 5%. It's so fast.
5% what, a day? What are you talking about?
I don't know, maybe every 3 days, it hits 5%. So it feels like.
Gosh, that's funny.
Maybe that's a hyperbolic estimate, but that's what it feels like.
Yeah, it's a lot. I mean, it's drastic compared to having gains every day. Okay. Well, we wanted to follow up on that. I thought that was, a cool topic. And I heard Michael Phelps talk about when he doesn't swim for a day, it takes 2 days to get back his fitness. I don't know if fitness performs the same as muscle size and 1 day off. I don't know.
That's interesting.
But that's what I heard him say that in an interview one time. Yeah, because you have to rest at times too. So you can't.
He's also on the top of the spectrum. He's pushing the limit. Yeah. Versus where most people are kind of at the homeostasis level.
Yeah.
Of fitness.
The main point is, you're not using it. It diminishes in almost every area of life. So gotta keep those gains. Then as we were talking, you also mentioned that you heard a quote from Musk that kind of reinforces one of the lessons that you were hearing from Shackleton. So we were talking about that before you start recording. I'll repeat that.
In his biography, he talks about his acquisition of Twitter, and he sets up what he calls the war room on the 3rd floor. Mm-hmm. It's like we're gonna completely take over Twitter and change it. Mm-hmm. And one of the things he needs to do is weed out all the bad employees, because they have 8,000 employees total, and he thinks that's completely unnecessary. He likes a lean, motivated team.
Right.
So his idea is to reference Shackleton, who once put out an invitation for an Arctic exploration by saying it's gonna suck, it's gonna be hard and cold. Who wants to come? Essentially.
Yeah.
Elon Musk said, we're gonna work super hard, we're gonna work weekends, we're gonna be working so many hours every week. Who wants to join?
Yeah.
And they had to hit a little button to join. And if they didn't hit that button, then they received severance and they were done.
That's so good. That's a great way to do it. You don't want the people who don't want to stick around.
Yeah, and I think almost 70% ended up staying, which is crazy.
That's amazing. That's a great story. So he actually referenced Shackleton in the way that he was communicating to employees about who wants to stay for the job or not.
Yeah.
For the turnaround. Yeah. Kind of lighter things that would be fun to talk about today. One is about the work of an artist, let's just say, or a visionary. We're going to share a video about a painter, but this is really about anybody who has a vision of what they want to do or what they have done. And then the other people will come in, and we'll talk about this afterwards.
Vincent, we just had a really good meeting with the clients.
Really good meeting, so good.
Oh, so they bought the painting?
They did, they're going to.
They are super happy with the overall direction. They just had a couple of small suggestions.
Well, it's good that they're super happy.
So they found the tone to be just a touch dark, but they had a great little solve, I think.
Well, I'd love to hear how they want to solve my painting.
Can you make it a sunny day?
The title of the painting is Starry Night.
And they love the title. Don't change that.
Don't change the title. Change the painting. Let me do the title.
Hey, Frida.
What's up?
Listen, we just wanted to pop by real quick. The client loved the painting. They're just a little hung up on the forehead area.
Forehead area?
Yeah, one of the junior clients found the confrontational and distracting.
Okay.
And we'll push back on that. But apparently the CMO showed her husband.
I don't get it.
He finds it,
Unrelatable.
Sorry, Vincent, we just got back from testing and your painting failed.
How can a painting fail?
Would you agree with this statement? This painting makes me feel more comfortable about the plague.
No.
No. So we think we use an influencer to break through and resonate with younger audiences.
Okay. Were you able to see that visually from your side?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I thought the character from Vincent Van Gogh was perfect, actually. I really liked that guy.
Yeah, it was pretty accurate.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was gonna reference like a pricing chart in like a European shop. I think you showed it to me, where it was like the more hands-on the client was allowed to be, the more expensive it was. And the most expensive option was the client does all the work because it's just annoying.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
It was like 200 for the artist to do all the work, and then it was like 400 for the artist to do all the work with the client's direction, and it was like 800 for the artist to do the work with the client directing in the room, and the client could do it by himself for 1,000.
I remember this example, but that makes sense though for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, this is just such a great little skit showing how corporate and focus groups and stuff like that, they can just derail the vision that an artist or a visionary has for what something needs to be, the genius that
Yeah.
Does this make you more or less comfortable about the plague, which is not related to anything about the art, right? For example.
Yeah.
They did a great job, great like corporate speak.
They pretty much nailed it, yeah.
Yeah, we'll solve for you. Oh, I'd like to see how they could solve my painting.
Another thing that in the Elon biography is that he talks about how much he hates focus groups. People are like, we should run this through a focus group and make sure it's all good. And he's like, nope, I like it.
What is the point of a focus group except to get what is the most mass appeal? If you're a genius and you're clear on the requirements, you don't need a focus group.
Yeah.
You show it to people, get feedback, actual buyers. The power is in the visionary, not in the people giving the feedback.
Yeah, it's a good insight.
Yeah. All right, so one more. It's a little bit lighter. This is a great poem about what it is to be a man. I think it's really good. So let's listen to this one. And it has a great narrator. So here we go.
It's one of my favorites. My father read it to me once. To me as a little boy, it summed up what a man should be. If you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you. If you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, but make allowances for their doubting too. If you can dream and not make dreams your master. If you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat those two imposters just the same, or watch the things you gave your life for broken and stoop and build them up with worn out tools. If you can make one heap of all your winnings and risk it on one turn of pitch and toss, and lose and start again at the beginning, and never breathe a word about your loss. If you can force your heart and nerve and sinew to serve your turn long after they are done, And so hold on when there is nothing in you, except the will which says to them, hold on. Yours is the earth and everything that's in it. And which is more, you'll be a man, my son.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, great poem, I thought.
Had you heard that one before?
No, I can't say I have.
Did it say it was from 1815?
It's right on the book cover. Let's see. 1885 to 1918. It's life, looks like.
Gotcha.
Short
Pretty
life.
good poem.
Yeah. Just looking for a couple of those lines. Keep your head when others are losing theirs and blaming it all on you. Trust yourself when all men doubt. Wait and not be tired by the waiting.
Yeah.
About and don't deal in lies or be hated. Don't give way to hating. It's like have a lot of control, a lot of focus on yourself and not reacting to the world. Yeah, beautiful thing.
Yeah, who wrote that? There's a way with words.
Rudyard Kipling.
There you go.
Actually, I think there's a bit of that as an artist or a visionary or someone who's trying to produce something, you have to have that vision that you're pursuing. And other people can't give it to you. They might even try to give you the vision, but their comments might be helpful. So you have to filter, but many times they can't see what you're seeing. So you have to go do it. What books are you looking at reading next or finishing?
I just bought Steve Jobs' biography. So that's probably next.
I was just saying a couple weeks ago, I think maybe even to you, how do we get Bill Gates right now instead of Steve Jobs? Why in the world do we have Bill Gates instead of Steve Jobs right now? It's just I know it's not either or, like there's 8 billion people, but
there's not 8 billion billionaires. But we have Elon Musk, which is
we do.
Close.
Yeah.
Similar in a lot of ways.
But you just have Mr. Net Negative Bill Gates, just anti-human.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Walker, let's leave it there. I think next week we should talk about the not normal protocol and some things that people might be doing.
Sounds good.
Okay. All right. Thanks for today. Appreciate it. We will see you guys on the next episode. As always.
Adios. Salutations.
See you guys.